Is the coast clear? Can I come out now? Or although I watched this so you don't have to. Snow White is the worst movie I've ever seen. Are all those vids gone? Alright, so I felt obligated to watch this coming off of me reviewing the original movie just last month. It only felt right, and this one's going to be a little bit different than my other reviews, considering this movie just came out, and I don't have a copy, but luckily for me, I was the only person in the movie theater, believe it or not. So, you know, I had to take my notes, and I got as many screenshots as I could to help me with this. And when I say I was like this the whole film, so of course I didn't get every detail, so that would definitely require a second viewing, and so I definitely missed some things, but I'm here just to compare, so let us begin. Alright, so we get the book open shot, just like the original. It starts off with her origin story, talking about how she got her name in the snow. In the first 2 minutes, they just wanted to get that out of the way as quick as possible. And it kind of just kicks off with a song after that. So I don't know what the name of this first song is. I just watched this movie. I took my notes. I don't know, this first song, Kingdom for the Free and the Fair, whatever that means. Good Things Go, maybe is the name. The first song is long. They sing over the wishing well. I'm not sure what they were implying about it, but the mom dies. I don't know the reason why. Now it's just the king and Snow White. And then the evil queen just kind of shows up after her mom dies out of nowhere. There's no explanation given. She marries Pops because I guess she's the most beautiful in the land. Even the narrator says so. So I'm sorry. I'm not even speed running through this, guys. This is just literally just how it starts. I was actually cracking up in the theater. I wish I had that clip. I guess shortly after marrying the king, she turns evil. Who would have thought? I don't know what's happening. She ends up making all the villagers, like she'll turn the farmers into knights, because that makes sense. She turns Snow White into a servant. Gasp. After all that, like another song plays, but I think it's just that original song just finishing up finally. So we meet this guy who kind of just lectures Snow White while he steals food because he's hungry. They have like a weird conversation, but then later he gets caught and the queen, instead of sentencing him to the dungeon, sends him to strip naked and go freeze outside. None of this is in the original. Who is this guy? Where's the prince? So after that, Snow White has to sing again. It's tragic. This song's about her origin story. I think it's called I'm Waiting on a Wish. It's the trailer song, and hot take, I didn't mind this one that much. I think it replaces Someday My Prince Will Come, so now I don't really like it anymore. But she sings well. She's falling in love with this random bandit guy. It's Cat. Yeah, she's falling in love with this like random bandit guy. What timeline is this? I also hate this CG mirror. I don't know what it is, but I despise the way it looks and everything it stands for. So she's of course wants to send the huntsman to kill and bring Hart back. He's like, whoa, this is inhumane. I won't lie though, they do pretty accurately recreate the scene with the two of them pretty well here. And you know, they got him by the tree, just like the original. They got the shadow on the rock behind him, and you have his face turning and then her face turning. I also found out this was the scene where she had that face that you've seen. So Huntsman, best part of the movie, he can't do it. He tells her to hide. She runs away. The tree scene here of running through the forest, it's okay. They end up taking like part of her dress off, which what's up with that? But it's the same for the most part with the falling and everything. She runs into CG deer, which, come on guys, why is everything CG? Oh, even all the animals are CG. Wonderful. So all the animals decide to take her to the dwarf house. They actually invite themselves in first, followed by Snow White, which is the opposite in the original. So what could it mean? But it's also strange because like the animals are treating the place like home. I guess maybe they're tight with the dwarves in this timeline. So she actually ends up falling asleep. I believe this or not, they recreated this part perfectly in the dwarves' bed in the exact same order that they lay down in the original. So, I mean, there's a nice catch there, I'll say. Hi-ho! They added so many fucking extra lines to this song. Basically, every dwarf has a few lines in this describing their personality. which, whatever. But also, what is this mine? This mine that they are in is absolutely wild. What's the economy here? Do they sell their gems? How much do they get? Why do they live in a wood house? Big business. The clock strikes 5. It's quitting time. Just like the main movie. Home from work we go. Dopey. So I'm gonna say Dopey is the scariest looking dwarf here because not because he's weird looking, but because they gave him the most normal human looking face, while the others are just completely animated. So it's just very jarring to look at. They even changed the scene where they get back to the house and they discover her in the bed, but they kept the part with Dopey finding her in the bed and freaking out. So instead of them all pulling the covers out, Dopey pulls the cover. He freaks out. We don't get his iconic scream though, so that's a little disappointing. So they all come back in. You've seen it. They're trying to kill. They didn't kill. So they all become really friendly because of course she's pretty. So here's some extra lore about the Snow White universe. I guess I didn't even know about unless it was made up. They are 274 years old, or at least that's the last time they've seen a human. So they're probably older. Also, this movie started losing me here because the way they talk to her is very modern. They use words that just don't make sense with the time period. Like one of the guys was like, "Hey, we don't go out this time of night," and some other guy responded with "Noted." I dropped my phone at that part. She stays. Of course, back with the queen, she finds out there's no heart in the container. Instead, they replaced the liver that the huntsman brought back with an apple. What could it mean? Man, it gets worse. She puts on a musical, deciding whether or not what she wants to do with the huntsman that lied to her and brought her back. This is a full-on Broadway production, and oh my god, the evil queen singing is fucking horrible. Also,
in a musical, you really get to do everything in a more theatrical way. Let every bone in my body become the evil queen.
This song was awful. She's so animated. It's just not her character. Her expressions, her singing was hurting my ears. This is gonna be fun is maybe the name. I don't know. Back with the gang, they give Dopey emotions and like a whole ass plot. I guess he thinks everyone thinks he's dumb or he hates him. So Snow White goes to console him outside. She asks him if he's just like afraid to talk because he won't talk. Even though I think that's just his character. So she decides to cheer him up. She teaches him how to whistle. And god damn it, he enjoyed it so much. He goes inside to show off to the others. Damn, they're enamored by his whistle. They say, how you do that? Then she lectures them all about listening. The next song, Whistle While You Work. Love it, it's here. Of course, it has many added lines. My issue with them adding lines and stuff like this is that the new lines don't really contribute. The lines they'll be adding are very elementary. They'll be having a conversation and they're singing that conversation, and maybe some people will find it charming, but not me. Not me. Pause right here. I just realized Rachel is like she's just in front of a green screen this entire movie. When you really think about it, she's just in a room full of green screens and she just has to pretend people are there 99% of this movie. Okay, skip ahead a little bit here. She goes to the forest to find these so-called bandits that live there that the dwarves told her about, because apparently they'll help her find her dad who's still alive. My brain is melting. She runs into this guy who's that same man at the beginning of the movie that lectured her because he was stealing because he was hungry. I don't know how long it's been since then, but now there's no prince still. Who's this guy? Love interest. He starts singing a new song, which I won't lie, the hook of it reminds me of it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, and so it lost me.
Well, that sounds an awful lot like Princess Problems.
I don't know, it's a duet about princess problems. It's an argument song between the two of them. It ends with them eventually making it back to the bandit camp. Oh, hey, it's the reject dwarves. Do you think they felt bad after all the backlash and they were like, yeah, we'll write you into the movie somewhere so you guys just, are still in it, because we kind of hired you. And not realizing adding them to the story changes the entirety of the film. I kind of snoozed off at this part. So a bunch of knights come get Snow White. I guess they knew she was there. And they're all like, hey, we'll fight him off so you can go run away. And she's like, well, I can't do that because it's only going to be a fair fight if I stay and help you guys. They make her leave anyways. This entire scene was such a shell shock to me. After she sets up a little trap and is like, hey, I'm here, LOL. She stole the main guy's horse. This movie has so much goddamn filler. So fun fact, I actually stopped taking notes here for a little bit because I knew that it was that part of the film where nothing's gonna happen for a little bit. And also at this point, I have not touched my popcorn and I was getting hungry. And by the time I touched it, it was cold. But in the meantime of me eating, this guy got shot. Doc saved him. And then they call him her special friend. She had another new song about her maybe thinking she does love this random guy because everyone is saying so. Spoiler, they do. Skip. So Pretty Boy here, do we care what's happening so far? I might have snoozed off of this part. So Pretty Boy here gets caught, trapped in the dungeon for real. And my God, this transformation. This scene is it's very quick. You kind of blink and you miss it kind of thing. I didn't quite get the ingredients to compare to the original movie of what she used, but I do remember the first ingredient not saying mummy dust. So is it even worth it? I did get a picture though of the cure, and you know what? That's similar enough to me. I think a little cherry on top of there, a fun little Easter egg satisfies just me and only me, is that they do have that boat. I didn't get a good picture of it. I got a picture of the water where she does escape on the boat to go to Snow White, which I did not, again, still didn't know they had the boat scene, but they put the boat scene in the new movie. So why are we following some of the timeline? Another thing that blew me away, a lot of accuracy here. They got the vultures. Remember the vultures that ate the queen after she fell off the rock when she died because running away from the dwarves? Remember that? Those vultures are here. They don't do anything in this movie, but hey, they're there. I mean, another accurate thing here is animals seeing the witch and then they knowing something's up. So they run and get the dwarves for help. And also the dwarves just happen to know that the queen was there for them to kind of come back from the animal translation. So, hey, but damn, inconsistency. She knocks on the front door instead of showing up at the window. And another inconsistency is she takes a bite outside instead of inside. And after she takes the bite and gets dizzy, the queen tells her that she's the evil queen. And she just kind of like spits like a evil confession here, like a movie villain as she's like passing out. And when in the originals, Snow White faints with no thud, but in here she faints with a thud. I'm shook.
You need an empty wallet, and I had no trouble with that. I had lots of these. But they'd walk like this.
The queen is now the ruler. So they break out of the dungeon. We got here somehow. Oh shit, look at this. This movie is really spoiling me with tiny little Easter eggs that don't matter. It's one of the skeletons. It could be the mom. It's probably the mom. Sad times. She's dead again. So bro makes it real quick after escaping the dungeon. He hit those lips with the kiss. It has a little more background meaning to it this time now. So is this what you wanted, Disney? She wakes up. Look at those fucking charming eyes. She catches a snowflake after they rejoice. And she just starts singing. What? So this is normally where the movie would end in the original. But no, we gotta save the kingdom. Fuck. Also, I can't show it. I'll try to find a clip. If like Dopey fucking talks.
She'll do everything she can to stop us.
Let her try.
Dopey?
We're not afraid.
Goddamn Dopey talks. I don't know. No, I really had to fucking lock in here the rest of this movie with her fucking Red Riding looking ass. She walks into the village. Everyone stares at her. They start singing. I don't know why they start singing. They don't know who she is yet. She's just Red Riding Hood. Eventually, when she gets to the front and the evil queen just gives her a knife. She's like, hey, kill me if you want to be the queen. But she can't kill her. So they're like, okay, well, we'll kill you instead. And guys, I don't know what cliche of books they pulled this shit from. But as the guy's coming to kill her, she says his name. And she's like, you're a farmer. You have a family. And then she goes on to identify. My mic fell. Hold on, y'all. Not even the mic wants to fucking listen to this shit. She goes on to name every single knight there and what they were for the most part. Queen doesn't do anything. She's like, stop. And they're like, and she just kind of keeps going. They all turn against her because now the pep speech changed their minds. The timeline is shattering here. The queen is beyond shook. She runs back to the mirror instead of everyone, you know, trying to arrest her or whatever. The mirror says she's not the fairest anymore. She breaks the mirror. Snow White's there, she just kind of shows up. We get some Matrix shots here of the glass breaking. I'm not sure why she's turning into stone. No idea at all, actually, what's happening here. She gets sucked into the mirror. Let's move on. Fuck me, dude. Oh, hey, it's that final scene that I see everywhere online. The last 10 seconds of the fucking movie. Have you guys seen this one yet? We get the reveal. I don't know what. Is there like a funeral happening? Why is everyone in white? Who made all these clothes? Is there like the villager that made all these clothes? We also get a little reveal here of the narrator of the movie being fucking Dopey. Narrated the whole fucking film. Dopey. The mute one. The book closes. We come full circle. The end. I guess they lived happily ever after. I don't think it says that. I didn't get a picture of that part. Roll credits. I'm done. Please. Goodbye. Fuck me.